So we're just about clinging on to those European places. We've played 13 games in the season, but today is quite a difficult episode. It's Man United and Everton, two teams who are very close to us in the table. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Sunderland Save on FM22, where, as you can see, we are on a 5-game unbeaten streak at the moment, which is probably going to end because we're playing Man United at the Stadium of Light, but let's see. It's been not too bad. Dane Scarlett is really good. He's scored in 5 consecutive games. So the 5 games were unbeaten. Dane Scarlett scored. He got 1 in the draw with Arsenal. He got 1 in the draw against Brighton. He got 2 in the draw against West Ham, including a 93rd minute equaliser, which was amazing. He got a goal against Brentford when we won 3-0. And he got 2 goals against Southampton, scoring a 95th minute winning penalty, which was absolutely wonderful stuff. As Edmondson gave us the lead, Southampton came back. We then scored straight after half-time to go 2-1 up, and then Southampton came back again 2-2, and then we scored the winner with a penalty in the 95th minute as Patrick Roberts was brought down. But if he keeps this form up, it's going to be very difficult to not pay that £31 million to bringing him in permanently to bolster this Sunderland attack, because he is just a natural goal scorer in this game. I know he's highly rated in real life, but I don't know too much about him in terms of what they actually think his potential could be, whether he is the successor to Harry Kane or whether he's going to be a bit more of a target man. He's only 6 foot. He's scored a couple of headers for us, so he does seem taller. But yeah, the results have been pretty good, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with how it's been going. And Man United up next, then Everton. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting. I'm just hoping that the board aren't too strict on this defensive, solid football that they wanted to see, because as you can see, we do concede quite a large number of goals with how we're playing at the moment. So it was 2 against Villa, 2 against Huddersfield, 1 against Leicester, 2 against City, 1 against Leeds, 3 against Liverpool, a clean sheet against Chelsea. We lost 1-0 to Wolves. We then conceded 5 goals in 3, and then 2 against Southampton as well. So I normally stay away from the Club Vision page until we're getting towards the end of the season, but yeah, they're disappointed with the defensively solid football, but they are still happy overall with an A, which is delightful. So they're very happy with the 2-2 draw against West Ham, very happy with the 3-0 win against Brentford, really happy with how we're doing in the league. Disappointed with James Garner's recent performances. Well, I've been dropping him, so that's not too bad. And concerned with Sunderland's 1-0 defeat against Wolves. Yeah, I was concerned about that as well, but we have turned it around. We didn't reach the Carabao Cup third round, losing to Huddersfield. We haven't entered the FA Cup yet, and they are delighted with the fact that we are definitely not getting relegated at the moment, which is lovely. A little bit of news, though. The team have been kicking up a fuss. So Sofiane Alakouch was signed as an important player, and obviously then we went and bought Max Aarons, who has been playing incredibly well. A 6.9, 13 appearances, 2 assists. He's been absolutely solid. And when you sign a right back for 34 million, you're definitely going to be playing that right back. So yeah, so Alakouch was getting a little bit annoyed, and then Sirkin backed him up, Hector backed him up, and Luke O'Nien backed him up. And as you can currently see, all 3 of those players aren't in the starting 11 because 1, they're not good enough, or 2, I'm not going to play them while they're moaning at me, because I'm taking quite a hard line. I feel like when you're in the Premier League and you're doing as well as we are in the Premier League, players shouldn't be moaning if they're like, I don't mind Alakouch moaning that he's not getting game time, because we did agree he should be a important player, and it's just worked out that we signed Max Aarons, who's better than him. But like Sirkin and Hector and O'Nien shouldn't be moaning that he isn't getting first team football, because look how well we're doing in the league. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're up in 8th. We're a point behind the European places with a game in hand as well. So really, I don't think they've got a leg to stand on. So I've just dropped them from the team, and it hasn't affected our performance too much. Messina's been doing okay. His last 5 games have been pretty poor, but the centre-backs have been playing well. Max Aarons has been playing well. The central midfielders have been playing well. And it's been good. Been good to see, actually. But we are going to be going to our holding midfielder shape for this one. So Embleton will actually... I could keep Embleton in there. Now, I'm going to bring in James Garner against his former team, because there's a bit of romanticism there, isn't there, playing against your former team? But other than that, the team is pretty much ready to go. That's how we're lining up. Hector can come back onto the bench for Flanagan now after he served a suspension. Beck Sorensen's probably one who's feeling like, hang on a minute. When you signed me, we were playing 3 at the back, and now we're playing 4 at the back. So why haven't I played? Well, you haven't played because you're our 4th choice centre-back, and when you only have 2 centre-backs now, 4th choice doesn't get much game time. Sorry, Beck Sorensen, but that's just how it works out. Tom Flanagan's just happy to be picking up a wage. 32 years old, he can't believe he's in the Premier League getting 3.8 grand a week, having not played 1 appearance in 2 years, or last season and this half a season so far. 1 appearance, and he's picked up 3.8 grand a week. He had a little moan about going out on loan. I was like, well, if you want to go out on loan, maybe I'll just sell you. And he was like, nah, don't worry about it. I'll stay here. So Tom Flanagan knows which side his bread is buttered, to be honest. But yeah, here we go. Lokonga's going to be totally fine for this game. No worries at all. Man United, always a tough game. It should be a loss. I am expecting to lose this one. The team is incredible. Henderson, Milenkovic, Varane, Maguire, Dalot, Bissouma, Pogba, Greenwood, Fernandes, Rashford, Ronaldo. I'll be interested in what they're doing. They've been playing in the scout report. It said they're going to put Greenwood through the middle, and that could cause us concerns. We don't have the quickest back two, and if they play balls over the top or in between the defenders, then we could be in a little bit of bother with the pace of Mason Greenwood. In a weird way, I'd prefer it to be Ronaldo up front through the middle, because I think the height of Doyle and Edmondson will actually be able to take care of him and the heading ability, or at least give him more of a challenge than the pure pace of Greenwood. It does look like Ronaldo is starting up front, so not too bad for us. And obviously, we've got a front three that are hitting a bit of form. Roberts is still the weak point. I think January will be looking for a right winger that can sort of compete and play with Roberts. I think Roberts and Lawrence were incredibly good for the Championship, but not quite good enough for the Premier League to where we want to be. But I can't really complain. We're up in 8th, aren't we? So it's obviously going very well. As I've been talking about dealing with the pace of Greenwood, it was Ronaldo who goes through, smashes the bar. And, Man United have the first real attempt of the game, and they are starting to dominate, which is a little bit of a concern. We're actually going to drop down to balance and see if we can not push too many men forward, but keep it tight. And Chelsea are really struggling in this save at this point. We've beaten them. They're currently losing to Everton. They've just sacked Thomas Tuchel. They've brought in a new manager who, I can't remember who it was, but it's not really working for them at the moment. And if this was a journeyman save, that is definitely a job I would be interested to look at. Let me know. What would you like me to do? A journeyman save? I know I did one a while ago, but maybe a journeyman save just to win the Champions League or something. I know journeyman saves are quite popular, and I normally do a build a club up save, but yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in. But Garner into Elanga, Messina on the overlap. Can he whip a good cross in and hit Dane Scarlett? He does. Scarlett's there with a header, and I told you he's 6 foot, but he's so good in the air. I think he's out jumped Varane there, and Messina with a wonderful cross in. And Elanga just held it up, knocked it out to Messina. He's trying to get it tracked by Greenwood, who didn't really keep up with him. And Messina left-footed, in it went. Dane Scarlett, a wonderful header. If he's out-jumped Harry Maguire, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. He's out-jumped Harry Maguire, won the header, got in front of him, and we find ourselves 1-0 up against Manchester United. And I think if we win this game, we actually leapfrog them in the league table as well. So, I've got to say I'm happy, haven't I? I've got to say I'm happy. There's no other thing to say, I don't think, other than I'm happy. And more praise as they just get out onto the pitch for the second half as well. I like to think I'm sort of standing by the tunnel as they all run out, going like, come on, boys, well done, keep it up, keep it up. But the winger's not really playing too well in this game. McCory always struggles against the big teams in that ball-winning role. I think it's because he gets passed round quite a lot. But he's there for a body and an extra number in the midfield in the 3 in there. And it should be interesting. They've subbed Ronaldo off. It's got to the point where I think they've taken Ronaldo off, which is kudos to the defenders. McCory, Lokonga gives it away. Varane is there. Pogba all the way back to Dean Henderson. He goes long, and that is to nobody. Messina into Doyle. McCory, Doyle, Garner. Back to Doyle again. All the way back to Bazuna. Bazuna gets it away. Garner. Messina. A good bit of possession this. We looked for the ball through the gap into Scarlett. Didn't quite work. Maguire into Bazuma again. And this is where Man United will probably make things happen. Oh no, they've moved Ronaldo out to the right. So they've subbed Greenwood off, I think, as Ronaldo has got him behind. Crosses it in towards the back post. Rashford's there. His header's past the post. 15 minutes to go. I just think we probably need fresh legs on somewhere. Max Aarons is having a shocker. So Max Aarons off. Alakuch, you've been moaning at me for game time. On you come. McCory off. Hector, you've been moaning at me. Be a big lump in holding midfield. That's fine there. And I think we're going to keep Elanga on for the romance of it all. And we're going to bring... Or do I go the pace of Ricky J. Jones, which probably does make a bit more sense when a team is tired, coming up against a tired team? Or do I go for the more technicality of the technical skills of Tom Lawrence? I think we're going to go Roberts off, J. Jones on, pure pace. Try and hit the ball into the space for them to attack into. But with 10 minutes to go, this has been very good. Very, very good. 5 minutes to go. Arsenal smashing Brentford, who have scored an own goal. There's Verratti's missed a penalty as well. But 3 minutes to go. It's injury time. Not like this. We've played so well. We've kept them reasonably quiet. Ronaldo hit the bar in the first half. Here's Guari out to Ronaldo again. Messina's had a good game at the back, and that's not a very good header away. Rashford gets round the back, and it's a good save. And Edmondson has put it behind for the corner. And they've got big guys coming up. Varane, Ronaldo, Maguire's in there. But it's a Callum Doyle header that gets it away. Zakarian puts it in and Ronaldo heads over the bar. Bazuna with a top save, actually, to touch it over. There's like 30 seconds to go. The corner's quickly taken. Hector's in there. The sub brings it away. Rashford shoots. It's blocked. Delo shoots. It's blocked. And Guleri's there again. And Guleri, and I'm just thinking, tactics-wise, do we go ultra defensive, waste time, get the ball away from our goal as far as possible? Zakaria, Wan-Bissaka, Guri, and it's finally come. The pressure is told, but wait, the referee's blown his whistle. It's going to be checked. The linesman hasn't put his flag up, so VAR are checking this. Andrew Madley's got... Oh, it's been given. It's been given. I thought the linesman not putting his flag up. Bissouma into Guri. The pressure was just too much as Zakarian into Bissaka, and it was just, I think, it was Messina who just kept him onside. 1-1. I mean, you take a 1-1, don't you? But when you've been in the lead for so long in the game, 38 minutes, a 93rd minute equaliser, they probably deserved it in XG of 2.82. Bazuna made some good saves, but I'm still very happy. I'm very, very happy. If you think that when we've played Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, we've come away with 5 points from those 3 games, I'm very happy with that. We've still got to play Palace. We've still got to play Leeds. Burnley again. Fulham we haven't played yet. Leicester, Villa. We've got a lot of teams in this lower half that we've still got to play. So I feel like we're in a pretty decent position. But up next, Champions League contenders Everton potentially going in 4th spot at the moment, as Tottenham have just appointed Maurizio Sarri as their new boss, which is very interesting. But yeah, we'll be back for the Everton game. See you then. Well, some good news. Just before we get to the Everton game, the board have said we can have an extra 20-something million, 25 million-ish roughly, 26 million to spend, which is very nice of them. I'm a little bit concerned they've given us more transfer budget than we actually have in the balance. That's not my problem, though, is it? We're probably going to put a bit of that into the wage budget so that we have a bit of money to play with. But yeah, thank you very much, board. 33.05 million to take into the January transfer window is not what I was expecting. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Mr. Luis Dreyfus, who has been pumping some money into the club when we've not even been... we've not been in a negative position, but he does seem to pump money into the club at random intervals just to make sure it's ticking over. Thank you very much, sir. Muchly appreciated. So here we are then, back for the game against Everton, who find themselves in 5th as the table currently stands, and we are down in 11th, but I think that's great. If we win, potentially we can go up to 7th, hanging on to those European places again, but anywhere around this sort of finish would be amazing. The 17th would be a good finish, to be honest, as long as we don't get relegated. I don't really mind, but how we've started the season, I think with the performances we put in, the points we've already got on the board, I think we should be okay this year. One bit of news, really. Soufiane Alakuch has had a bid on him, £7.5 million from West Brom, and I've accepted it. He's pissed off. He wanted to go on the transfer list. I said for £7.5 million, someone can have you. It's going to be a profit. He's not played very much. He's not played very well. So, yeah, off he can go. He is pleased to be talking to West Brom, so hopefully it all goes through without a hitch. I think there might be an issue with his wages, but we'll have to wait and see. Hector's going to come in because Edmondson has picked up quite a long injury, actually. Yeah, 4 to 11 days with a knee ligament damage. So Beck Sorensen will come back on the bench there. Ricky J. Jones has also pulled up injured, 7 days and 2 weeks for him. So Ross Stewart will come back onto the bench as the backup striker. I think we're going to go unchanged. A 1-1 draw against Man United, I think, is a very good result to build on. Sirkin had yet another bid on him from Tottenham, £6 million, paying the agreed buyback clause. Once again, he snubbed them and turned them down, even though he does want to be sold. Promise, ensure the player is sold. Tottenham made a bid, he turned them down. Lots of clubs interested in him, though, so I'll have to see how that goes. His contract does expire in January, so we're probably not going to get a lot of money for him. I might tempt him to stay and give him another contract, because he is good, and the sell-on value is large. It's just he's not playing better than Messina. I think whatever happens next year, if we do another season of this save, I think we'll be recruiting probably a top-class centre-back, a top-class left-back, and a top-class right-winger. And I've got a feeling that would probably make the team be what's needed. I feel like that's probably what's needed to take this team to the next level. But anyway, nobody's looking too tired. Let's go into this one. A game against Everton. It will be a tough game. We can switch the attacking midfield formation if we need to. I'm trying to get through the whole season just using these two formations, sort of mixing it up and around. So teams don't know which one we're going to pick when we play them, which I think is a good point in Football Manager to remember to do that. I think it does help if you mix it up a little bit. We've been on a good run lately. Are we away? We're away. We've got nothing to lose here. Everton are the favourites. They're above us in the league. They've got a strong team. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's a bit of a cheat code in this game, it seems, in FM22. But there we go. They're lining up in a 4-2-3-1. Iwobi playing in behind Calvert-Lewin is very interesting. Digne and Mane at the Manea, I think it is, at right back. And there's our 4-1-2-2-1. Yeah, it's a good team. It's definitely a team that's playing better than the sum of its parts. I think we're getting quite a lot out of it as well. Looking forward to the game that we've got coming up relatively soon against Crystal Palace, because they have been really struggling. But they have also just appointed a new manager. Chelsea appointed Zidane. I went and had a quick look, and they've got in Zidane. So all changed, to be honest, in the Premier League. Zidane in at Chelsea, Maurizio Sarri in at Spurs, and Crystal Palace. I think they've either just appointed or they're on the hunt for a new manager at the moment. Zivkovic puts that one in. It's headed away. And here is Iwobi, who I'm very surprised to still see him at Everton. I really don't think he's very good in real life or in the game. But Gubamin out to Zivkovic. Godfrey down the line to Zivkovic again. And Messina with a good tackle. Had to get that one right on an early yellow card. Ilanga, Garner over the top link with Dane Scarlett. But Manea will cover that one. Manea again. Godfrey back to Pickford. He's still in goal as well for Everton, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought he would have either moved on or potentially been replaced and become the backup. But it appears not. Mane on it again. And Messina, I said, was on a yellow card. It definitely looked like he just pushed Zivkovic over there. We might have to have a word. Ball in. Richarlison hits the post, and Max Aarons is composed. But yeah, that was dodgy. Adam Messina, we are going to ask you, mate, just ease off those tackles a little bit. You're flying into them and got an early yellow card. Just calm down. Okay, the game has sort of gone into a little bit of a stalemate as Bazuna claims that cross really well. Hang on, the referee's going to give a penalty? No. What is that for? VAR's given a for what? Gubamin was shoved by McCory. Hang on a second here. What? Whoa. What are you chatting about here? Let me just... I want to see this. It said Gubamin was... Where is he then? Calvert-Lewin, Godfrey, Gubamin, back post. So Zivkovic is going to fly the corner in. Bazuna comes out and claims it. Oh, give out. That's not a penalty, ref. You're having a shocker there. You're having an absolute shocker. An absolute shocker. Not happy with that. Not happy at all. Let's get back to live then. It's going to be, what, Richarlison with the penalty? Yeah, Richarlison's going to take it. And not deserved. Never a penalty. The keeper's claimed the ball and then he falls over. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Richarlison, Bazuna goes the right way, but he's hit it well into the bottom corner. And hopefully we don't crumble there. Luca Digne out on the left-hand side. I might even go to the press conference and say that I feel aggrieved with that decision because it looked poor as Richarlison's in off the line from Max Aarons. Let's go back to positive. We're going to have to try and get something out of this result now. And half-time, 1-0 down to a really dodgy penalty. Oh, I'm really not liking this. Point finger, look, that wasn't good enough. You know it, I know it. Let's see what we can do. Messina, 6.3. He's not impressing according to I'm up for selling Sirkin. Dane Scarlett, 6.6. And Ross McCroy, I think we're going to go a little bit more attacking. We're going to keep those two in, Lokonga and Garner. McCroy is going to come off. And we're going to replace McCroy with Embleton in the holding midfield role. And then I think we're also going to give Sirkin a longer run out here. Sirkin on the left-hand side can come in. Messina, you're letting me down when I've been bigging you up, mate. 1-0 down. Sole second half to go. Holgate on the ball as we speak, Digne. Over the top, looking for Calvert-Lewin, but that's going to be easy for Hector to swallow that one up. Doyle. Lokonga. Back to Doyle. Hector again. Out to Garner. Lokonga. Back to Bazuno. Hector. We're keeping the ball well. Bazuno has to go long eventually, though, because there's just not much else on, and it's good pressure from Calvert-Lewin, to be fair. Iwobi, ball through. Richarlison's in for his second of the game. I think he's offside. The ref's checking this one. If he doesn't give this offside, then I'm going to be well annoyed. He's given the goal. What? Richarlison gets the goal. Gbamin into Iwobi. I mean, it's so close. It's so close. It's touch and go. I want to see that one again with the lines. Iwobi puts it through. Oh, he's just onside from the line. You can see the feet. Richarlison, great finish. Demand more there. I think we're going to have to go for a different approach here. Scarlett off, Stewart on. Not played too much this year. Target forward on attack. Let's hit those early crosses into the box. See if we can get him and maybe get him a knockdown or get him a good headed chance at goal. He is a good forward for the balls in the air. Elanga on the edge of the box. Can he shoot? He does, and it's over the bar. What's that? 40 minutes to go. Not the start to the second half we wanted. We just need to make something out. We've got more attacking already. We're positive. We've got the attacking midfielder in there, but really we're not showing our full potential today. So 5 minutes to go. We're just going to chuck a few more issues at Everton, hopefully. Let's get the ball forward a bit quicker. We'll go and counter-press them. I think we've left it a bit too late, but yeah, I feel like we've got to go and press. We've got to go and press, got to try and get the ball back high up the pitch. And this is what I mean. I really hope the board aren't putting too much of an emphasis on this defensive football, because we're very much still trying to go for the approach of we'll score more than you. And in the Premier League, that isn't always easy. As Christie picks this one up. Oh my God, Ryan Christie, what a hit that is. Edge of the box, you can't do much about them. That's gone postage stamp top left corner. Unbelievable finish, that one. As Romero put in the corner, it was headed away quite well from Hector, but Christie, one touch onto his left foot, just pings it top. That's an unbelievable goal from Ryan Christie. What a finish. I wonder what his long shots rating is. Ryan Christie, 90 plus 4, 28-year-old Scotsman, long shots, 14. Okay, he's got pretty decent long shots. I'll let that one slide. Football Manager, not a problem. But a 3-0 loss, very disappointing after a 1-1 draw with Man United. Yeah, very disappointing that. It's also when, you got the likes of, it does come to an abrupt end. And Townsend, look, you keep coming to me, and I keep saying, fine, I'm not going to stand in your way. I'll need you to, hang on. I'll find you a new club as soon as possible. Yeah, fine. You can go and drop down to the other divisions, lower divisions. That's not a problem. But yeah, we had some changes to make there. We had to bring Hector back in because Edmondson's injured. It did affect the back four, I think. And yeah, I don't know. There's definitely upgrades we can do to the squad, but I think I'm also being a bit too over the top about how it's going, because we're still doing very, very well. I mean, we're 13 points clear above the relegation team. So the start of the season really should be helping us out going forward. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. A draw and a loss. It was 2 tough games. Fulham, Newcastle, Tottenham coming up next. And then we head into January. I think we'll probably come back actually at the end of January. Probably that game against Leeds and then the transfer window. But look at February. Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. 3 games in February. Probably 3 of the hardest games we could have this season. And then, the run-in we've got to the end of the season, Newcastle and Fulham should give us some good results. I'm expecting us to be battling against them. Tottenham will be tough, depending how they've changed under Sarri. But Man United and Everton again. It's going to be interesting. The second half of the season is going to be interesting. And if we can maybe have a little slight push for Europe, that would be great. But if we get mid-table mediocrity, I'm totally happy with that as well. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great video again, and I hope you are too. I'm looking forward to getting back in the new year and carrying on lots of this save. There'll be a couple more videos this week, hopefully, if I can get them recorded and edited before I fly to the UK. But leave your comments down below. Let me know how you're getting on in Football Manager, and I'll see you very soon. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.